in. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Horizon Chase Turbo. And I want today to finish this new mode. The problem is that I haven't reached the halfway point yet. Yes, this new mode, the one that is right here. But the problem is, as you can see, I only have 13 out of 33 complete, which might be a problem. If I want to finish this today, I will have to be streaming for a very long time. I'm also gonna ignore this specific one because I struggled a lot with it yesterday. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it all today. Hopefully, but I hardly think that will happen. Hey Kyle, how is it going? From in 10 seconds. I like that grammar. But it's okay, don't worry, Twitch isn't the only one that is a stone. OBS, I open it and it's the first time in a long time that it doesn't recognize the microphone. So I needed to explicitly say it instead of default for the audio input, I needed to put specifically the microphone. I never had to do that before, but I think that's because I updated Windows yesterday, and you know that Windows is a piece of shit, so these kind of things are to be expected. Yeah. It's okay, at least it works, right? Imagine updating Windows. Well, I do what I can, dude. I can't not do it. They don't let me. Also, how is it going, Draynot? I wish I could. The thing is, at some point, Windows doesn't give a shit and does it regardless, you know. Pretty sure that I already tried to not use updates, and they eventually are like, hey, you haven't updated in a while. Will be quite a shame if these updates downloaded themselves and install themselves in your machine. That will be quite a shame indeed. And they do it. That's the problem with Windows. Also, for some reason, this game is pretty loud to me when it wasn't that loud yesterday. Is it loud for you too? Because it's a lot louder for me. Like, I actually need to decrease the volume a lot more. Maybe it's not the same in OBS, because I do know that they are two separate things, but is the sound fine? Because I remember yesterday I had my volume in like 8 and it was alright, and now I have to put it in 2 because it's way too loud. That's so weird. I'm gonna blame Windows Update for this shit, so otherwise it doesn't make much sense. Oh wait, this is Brazil. It's Brasilia. All those messages telling me to come to Brazil, well, I'm there. By the way, reminder that this game is Brazilian. This game was made by Brazilian developers. So shoutouts to the Brazilian developers that made this game. Pretty nice. One of the only ones, really. I don't know what other games Brazil made. One of the only ones just in like South America, you know. Just the way it is. Yeah. Also, are you there, Yami? Because you made me think about something yesterday. You know that we were talking a lot about Java and stupid questions, well, Java, JavaScript, and the rest. And you say something about concurrency in JavaScript. And it made me think, why would you as a web developer even worry about something like that? And I don't know if you can answer that to me. Because other than HTTP requests, I don't see why anyone will care if something is as... I mean, I don't... No. Let me rephrase the question. When will you use something asynchronous in Java? Like, when will Java make use of something asynchronous in a web application? And when I say that, I mean something that the programmer codes, not something that is handled by frameworks like Spring. Because yes, I'm aware that there is a lot of asynchronous shit in big frameworks, but you don't touch that. So why will you even touch an asynchronous method in Java for a web application? Because I'm pretty sure, like, even in the odd chance that you have to do an HTTP request, wouldn't you do it synchronous? Because I mean, it's not like you can do anything other than wait for the response. It's not like you can be like, yeah, don't worry, I'm just gonna wait. Java the Hutt? I don't know, it feels weird to me. Also, how is it going, Blue? I was basically asking, why will you care about asynchronous functions in Java if you are developing a web page, right? When will you use that? By yourself? And I really don't know. Personally, I never use an asynchronous thread in Java as in something that I did myself. So I never needed it. You don't really... I mean, the thing about Java is you use Java usually as a REST application, right? You receive requests from the front end and you process those requests, right? And you return something to the front end. On that context, I can't think of a place where making an asynchronous call will make sense. I don't know. Keep in mind that we're obviously talking about web development. If we were talking about anything else that Java can do, well, sure. I mean, well, for example, Minecraft is made in Java. Obviously, at that point, you will care about asynchronous stuff. But no, I'm specifically talking about web applications. And I don't know. But you know. Maybe I'm just too rookie to imagine it. Anyways. On the other hand, was thinking that, you know, Draynod said... You say, Draynod, that you wanted to learn the basics of coding, is that correct? The basics of programming? You wanted to know? You already kind of know them? And what will you want to apply them for? I will assume that in your case it most likely will be game development, right? I mean, that's usually the main motivator, right? I don't know if I want to learn more. If I were coding, it will be personal bullshit. And what do you imagine yourself coding? Because, you know, see, here's the thing. Coding always comes in hand with a need, right? In the sense that you need something to be an automatic process. So because of that, you need a program that makes that automatic. The question is, what will you want? Because sure, you can code for fun, but usually that's something that I think that should be mostly reserved for people that are already very deep into coding and they are bored. Which is not too many people, I will say, but I wanted to make a website and maybe some game software. Well, a website, I can definitely tell you that it's the easiest thing you can... When I say easiest, I mean in terms of things that are useful. And when I say useful, I actually mean useful. Something that will have a use beyond just, oh, look what I did. Like, website is probably the easiest thing you can do that is actually useful. I will recommend you, if it's like, these kind of things are, when you're not really familiar with them, they can be a big pain in the ass to dedicate time to them. But yeah, I will recommend you to, you know, start Googling. Well, what you could first do, you know, thankfully when it comes to web pages, there is a lot of very free alternatives. Well, alternatives, not even alternatives, free options. Options that a lot of times are used in real environments that are completely free and open. So one thing you can do for a web page, like before you actually rent a server and run it, you could download like one of those, you know, one of those wrappers that can run a server on your computer and start playing there. One of the programs that I learned to code like web applications and run them in my computer is called XAMPP. It's a very old program, but I think that it gets the job done. It's spelled XAMPP. It is an old program, but I think it gets the job done. You can basically deploy a web application in a server that is called Apache Tomcat. I think it uses Tomcat. Well, the name doesn't matter. It basically deploys a web server in which you can load, well, obviously JavaScript code and, well, more important code as well, like code on the back end and shit. I don't know if XAMPP, like, actually, I don't remember if XAMPP accepts anything that is not PHP. Because if it only accepts PHP, I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Damn, I actually don't remember. Because if it only accepts PHP for the backend, that's a horrible idea. But it's been so long since I used that program that I don't know if you can use something else. Well, at the same time, it's good if you want to play around with JavaScript, which is the front end. I don't plan on making a big website, choose a place to possibly host some guys. Well, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm telling you that you should download something like that. Basically, the programs that I'm telling you to download are like those kind of like playground. Oh shit, I spit on my desk. I meant to say like those playground programs that you can basically deploy very easily, and once you deploy them, you are game. But yeah, if SAMP only accepts PHP, another idea will just be going all the way. And by going all the way, I mean like downloading, you know. Well, it depends though, because I think that the language that you work on, you know. Wait, give me a second. Need to. I wasn't kidding when I say that I spit the desk. But yeah. I guess you could try. A network error has occurred. Why would I care about that? I'm not playing online. But hey, thanks for telling me, game. Yeah. I guess something like that will at least, you know, guide you. Though I also think that there are a lot of applications that allow you to just deploy a web page without even knowing anything about web development, or without needing to know much about it. Honestly, the thing is that it's pretty hard for me to think about programming outside of work, because I really wouldn't do it. I never really stopped to think, you know, oh wait a second, I should remember that Node.js exists. I think that an even better way, though I guess maybe I will need to investigate myself before I recommend you shit, honestly. I feel like maybe I should try to investigate a little bit. Because as I said, I don't really think about coding outside of my job. But another possibility is downloading Node.js. If you download Node.js, you can make web applications with JavaScript, both in the front end and the back end, which is very useful. Fuck you. Damn it. I didn't even see the time, but that hurts my pride. I might also want to do a thing where you could pull a Steam account and it checks the achievements and marks off parts of the guys that the player already completed. I don't even know if I want to code it myself. I don't think you will want to do that yourself, probably. Not because it's hard, but rather if you plan on doing something big, like a service like SteamDB that is not made by Steam, but it also pretty much includes like a lot of data that is useful to so many people, so it becomes a very big traffic web page. I mean, a web page with a lot of traffic, right? I don't know if you will want to deal with that yourself, though. I mean, At the end of the day, if you're hosting a web page, you will need to pay. The costs are not really that high for the most part, or at least not last time I checked, they weren't that high. But whether you do it yourself or you pay someone to code it, you will still need to pay the hosting. Oh, come on. I can't stop crushing. Oh, and I don't have nitro, are you kidding me? Damn, get fucked, bitch. There you go. Damn, that was, I'm pretty sure, almost as close as the previous one. Good shit. Yeah. I don't know. I think that what you can do, like, I remember before I started with my shop, it was pretty fun for me to fuck around JavaScript, right? Like basically downloading Node and just writing a web application. Well, a web application. I mean, just writing a script that runs on a web browser and do stupid shit, like for example, you know the game Simon Says, where you have color squares that blink in a specific order and you need to replicate that order by clicking, right? Well, I did something like that in JavaScript and you could run it in a web browser. It was pretty fun. Very stupid and also not very well done, but it worked. And it was nice to be like, oh shit, I did this myself. Because I did it myself. Not like I copy-pasted the code from some other place. No, I came up with it myself. Definitely gonna have to relearn about a bunch of shit if I code myself. I think that, like, to at least get warm with it, or just as I say before, to play around, I will recommend you to download Node. Node at the same time is a very useful tool if you know, work with web development in general, right? It's quite useful. But yeah, with that you can very easily deploy web applications on your computer, and it's also relatively easy to do. And you only need to learn one language. That's the thing. You only need to learn one language, which is JavaScript, and that's it. So I think that will be fun for you. You could start doing, I mean, you could code games in JavaScript that are very, you know, very basic, and obviously it's not like you're gonna code, I don't know, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in a web browser, but you could code some, I mean, I don't know, an Arkanoid, for example, you know, well, also known as Breakout, I think. You know that game where you have like a bar at the bottom and you have blocks at the top and you need a ball to break them? That's something that you can do in JavaScript. I wouldn't say very easily, but the thing is that it's not super hard to do something like that. Doom, but in JavaScript, that's something that has been done 1,000 times. I didn't mention Doom because, I mean, it wouldn't be doable if you are like just like, what can I do? Well, let me just do Doom in JavaScript. No, you can just casually do that, but it's not something that will be impossible by any means. Just that obviously not recommended if you're trying to take it easy. That's quite a big project to do. Well, at the same time, I guess it depends, because a lot of people, when it comes to the, you know, the whole Doom thing, what they do is just try to compile code to work in different platforms. They don't really write it themselves. But, you know, I think doing things like Arkanoid, Tetris, well, as I say before, Simon Says, there are a lot of things that you can do without needing to do something very complex. You will still need to put effort into it, but it's something that it's definitely doable. I don't think I can overtake the first place here. No. Damn it. But yeah, that's my recommendation at least. I don't know what you wanna do. But yeah, Node is great to just play around. Well, in fact, you know that bot that you like referencing so much, that I use for OSU requests and for those stupid ass commands, that's written in Node. And I did that casually. Well, casually in the sense that, you know, it's not like I planned that project with a lot of time in advance or anything like that, no. Just started playing around, investigating some, like, I don't know how they are called in Node. I think they call them plugins or some shit. So basically libraries are written on Node. You wouldn't want to make games like that. Right, but you gotta understand... Yeah, okay. Sure, but you gotta start small, you know? Like, that's like trying to beat Camellia 3 as your first I Wanna Be the Guy fan game. I mean, yes, eventually you will be able to beat Camellia 3, but you probably don't want to do it as your first game. You know, you did that? Yeah, but you didn't beat it. Or did you beat it? So as far as I know, Camellia 3, you didn't. Right, that's what I'm saying. But here that's very important. When you're doing something yourself, whether it is a program or whether it is a drawing or a piece of music or whatever, motivation is very important. If you try to just make a very big game project as your first project, you're probably gonna give up. Don't think what I have in mind is hard to do. But what do you have in mind? You say it again, but which game are we talking? Damn it, I can't stop crashing against this shitty ass corner. I think that's... What are the problems here? Oh, actually there is like 3 corners that fucking suck here. Damn it, that's a problem. This one is super sharp. I guess as long as you're not using a nitro it should be fine, but these ones are also bad. Guess you just really need to anticipate them. I think that second one is even worse. The last one is not that bad. Still not good, but will be worse. That was only the first lap though. I think that there are some races like this one that you actually need to pay attention. Like normally you don't need to pay attention in a game like this, but these races are not particularly in the easy side. Oh. First place is still far, though there are 2 laps remaining. I also have 3 nitros remaining. I don't know, I feel like the first place is still very, very far. Right. At least I got the additional nitro as well. I only have 1 more left, which might be a problem, or maybe not. I'm actually being so careful that I might get this one. I don't want to spend the nitro yet though. At the same time, it's not like I have too much time to spend it, and he's gonna spend it too, so... I don't know. I don't think I can make it, because he still has to use his. Oh, well, alright, I'll take that. The first thing I wanna do is make the website that I mentioned. Yeah, but that's what I said. I think that what I'm suggesting you like to play around is mostly to get comfortable with the language, not to be like an end, right? Like an objective, just something to get used to the tools you are using. Also, how is it going, Yami? Yeah, keep in mind that both Yami and I, and no, Yami and me, you don't say I there. Yami and me can help you. And by help, it's about guiding you in things that you might be confused. Well, but yeah. But hey Yami, I asked you a question earlier about asynchronous stuff in Java. And my question was, when will you use that in a web application? What do you have to say about that? You know, I know, so that's why I'm repeating the question. That's the question. When will you do something asynchronous yourself in a web application in Java? That was my question. Oh. Get fucked. Oh, this is one of those traffic sham thingies. That's okay. Real issue is that I'm running out of fuel. Not anymore. Got him. I will definitely keep you both in mind when I have a question. Nice. You know, I should probably rename the game dev channel in my Discord server and just call it dev. So that way anything dev related can be asked there. Oh damn, is this the Lamborghini? It is, right? Oh, and oh, this is the Halloween skin. Why are we focusing on web applications? Why not? A crawler? No, wait, but you wouldn't use a crawler in a web application. Like, you will use a crawler to crawl on web applications, but the web application itself wouldn't have a crawler, right? What will you crawl? Will you crawl your own thing? By asynchronous, I mean multi-threaded. Yes, I guess. I mean, yes, indeed. Multi-threaded. I mean, basically something that is not synchronized, that is being run in parallel, that is in two completely different execution. Well, environments will be a very strong word to use here. Different threads, in different execution threads. That's it. So yeah, that's what I mean. Because personally, as I was saying earlier, if I have a web application, the backend that is written in Java will only work as a REST API, right? Like, it will have a bunch of endpoints that the front end uses to hit, and I return a response, right? To do that, I don't imagine myself using something asynchronous, because the front end is waiting for a response, right? So that's what I mean. It's like, if I needed to do something like an HTTP request, I will do it synchronously, because I don't gain anything on doing it asynchronously, right? Because the front end is waiting. It's not like I can just be like, oh yeah, just don't worry about it, it's gonna... JS is fully async with the event loop and shit, but it's single threaded. Well, yeah, no, in this case, I just mean asynchronous, whether it's on the same thread or not. I don't think that Java... Can Java run a synchronous task in a single thread? I don't think that's how it works. My answer is you wouldn't do something like that probably in a web app, because something falling under that category probably will be a long-running operation. You will upload it to a different app. But I can think of one example. Let's say you have a website periodically fetches, updates some sort of cache. Let's say that cache is accessed by multiple threads. Yes. Okay. The problem there is my question wasn't really that much in terms of the technology itself, but rather you particularly coding something that uses the Java asynchronous tools, right? Because in that example that you say about cache, that's something that I wouldn't do it myself. I will tell Spring to cache a method by annotating it with the cacheable annotation, and that's it. Like, I wouldn't personally use the multiple like thread pool classes or shit like that Java has. I wouldn't do it manually. I would just tell Spring, hey, this method that is right here, can you cache it? Right? Like, that's what I meant with that question. Like, I will never really use those tools myself. Like those async or whatever. Or as I say before, the thread pool classes. You can say, you can use tools that abstract away those details. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Spring basically makes things like that completely abstract. Like you don't really care about what's going on at the end of the day. You just know that there is something that is cached, that is gonna be requested at some point, and that the cache is gonna last for a specific amount of time. You don't really care about anything else. You don't care about the specifics. Nice. In the end, there is some code with a thread pool. Yeah, I know. But see, that's what I was saying earlier. Well, earlier, no, yesterday. And going back to the topic of questions, interview questions. If you're interviewing a junior developer that wants to get a web developer job, why will you ask questions like that? Like, those are things that he is never gonna practically use. I mean, he's gonna, as you say, use in some way, some shape or form, but it's gonna be like, he's gonna be abstracted from that, right? So that's what I mean. Like, what's the purpose of asking those questions? It doesn't serve any purpose. Depends on the position, right? But it's a junior developer. Like, if you're a junior developer and you're gonna work in a web application, regardless of if you work on the back end or the front end, well, I guess in this case it will apply if you work on the back end. But the point is, even if you do that, that's something that you don't need to know. You know? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that every web application uses Spring, but I will assume that every web application that is supposed to be serious uses some sort of framework to make automatic a lot of these things, right? Because otherwise it's like, what are you even doing? Because it's not just a matter of it's easier. It's just a matter that it's, well, I was gonna say it's easier to read, but I mean, it's not just easier to write, it's easier to read, easier to maintain. Shows you're familiar with the language and intricate details. Right, but that's not useful. That's what I'm trying to say. You know? Like, it shows you're familiar with the language. That's not really something that matters that much. Like, I basically, in my particular case, for example, I only use Java to learn like very basic concepts, and I never run a web application through Java. And yet the position that they were asking for, and the one that I'm in right now, uses Java Spring, you know? And, you know, I don't think I'm doing my job badly, you know? and I enter without knowing almost anything about how you use Java for web applications. You know, I think the problem is that you're filtering the wrong people, you know, by doing that sort of shit. You're just filtering the wrong people. Because those questions are meant to filter, but you're really not filtering right. Just one factor in the interviewer process. Right, but yeah, I know that it's up to the interviewer, but if I was the interviewer, I don't know, I will feel like those factors will be filtering people that shouldn't be filtered. Like, I feel that things like this that are more technical should be something that go fully practical, right? In the sense that you don't ask theoretical questions. You just tell whoever you're interviewing to do something. I feel like that's the way to do it. And that's how you can tell how much they know. Like, that's the perfect way to filter. Someone that never coded in their life, but has read 1,000 of books and knows every possible answer perfectly. If you make them do something like that, they are probably not gonna pass. It's a myth. Right, but it's not something, it shouldn't be a myth. That's my argument. It should never be theoretical, ever. You should never ask theoretical questions for programming. It's stupid. You just don't. Programming is a practical activity. Like, I don't just talk to the computer and the computer listens and it does it itself. You code by yourself. It's something 100% practical. It should never depend on having the theoretical knowledge on your head all the time, because it's useless. You will never have that in a real environment. Fuck me. This also seems like it's a hard race. God damn it. It is true that there are a lot of nitros that I'm not using. That's because the corners are so fucked up that you really don't want to. Damn. It's a high-level programming question that any developer should know. Oh, the question that you say yesterday? Okay, so you're saying that you're testing their communicational skills. Right, but you can do that. I mean, you can do that with a fully practical approach regardless. Like, you can simulate a work environment in the interview, I feel, and that way you both get the technical test and the, you know, the communicational test, I feel, instead of asking things that will be pretty abstract. I don't know. I just get particularly pissed off when people approach programming in a theoretical way. Being such a practical activity. And that's exactly the reason why I never went to get an actual degree. I said it multiple times, but I graduated from university is pretty much a course and not an actual degree. That's exactly because of that, because I knew that if I went for an actual degree, it will be more theory than anything else. And I was right, by the way. I don't regret the decision, but I feel like it shouldn't be that way. That's part of it too. Tech interviews are horrible. Well, that's why, as I say before, it shouldn't be an interview, it should be a test. You put them in front of a computer and they do. That's what I personally think. But, you know, that's okay. It is the way it is. Coding is a clusterfuck, but it seems that the hiring process is an even bigger clusterfuck. So it's pretty funny then, because the most likely thing is that if you interviewed me to enter whatever company you work at, I probably would have failed the interview and I wouldn't have been hired. That's pretty interesting. Well, and maybe that's for the best. Like, maybe I'm not up to the standards that your company requires. It could be. I don't know. I mean, after all, the standards in a country like yours and the standards in a country like mine are quite different. So it might be possible. But yeah. It might be possible, yeah. That if I tried to find a job in a more competitive country, I probably wouldn't be able to. It's possible. I think that it is possible. Not like I want to try. I feel that that will be the case. One of my hiring tests was just hundreds of number sequences with a very small time limit. Like hundreds of 3, 6, 9, 12. But isn't that like a mathematics test? I mean, I guess it tests something important, but what's the point? Oh shit, the Bugatti! The Bugatti Veyron! It's here! But yeah, no. In my case, the funny thing about the test that I told you every software dev has to do it, I don't know, I don't remember doing that. But no, my test didn't have a time limit. Like, basically the guy that gave me the test is like, you need to do this. Well, it's funny how they present the test. They do like I remember what they told me. Like, you got very angry at your computer and you formatted Windows. And the only thing you have installed is Windows 7 and Google Chrome. With this, I want you to do this other thing, which is the actual, you know, the actual test that is in this PDF, right? I want you to do that, take your time, and whenever it's done, lend me a call. And then he fucked off and I was left by myself there. Like, sure, there were other people working around me, like normally, but like, that was it. They were basically, you know, yeah, have fun, good luck, let me know when you're done. It was pretty nice, dude. It was a pretty nice experience. You need me, help me. Oh yeah, yeah, Draenor. Basically, if you ever are confused about something, don't forget to ask Google. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, give us a call. Well, not a literal call, but you get the point. Oh shit, get fucked right at the end. That's great too, yeah. That was pretty great. Honestly, I gotta say that I got very lucky that I got hired by the company I got hired by. You know? Because it's such a laid-back company. They might not pay you the best, but it's so chill. That's the reason why I don't really, you know, I don't see myself anywhere else. Just feel like it's the place that I need to be. Because I'm either there or nowhere. Like, I can't see myself in any other company. We'll probably have to figure out what language I need to learn. Right, but keep in mind, you don't really, I mean, sure, you can learn things about the language, but as I say before, programming is a super practical activity. Learning a language is something that I don't think is gonna take you very far. Just do it. Like, you Google something to solve it. You are like, okay, now I need to start with a login. Just as an example of something, right? Alright, let's see. I need to put an input here where the user enters the username. Okay, what input, like how do I write an input? And then you Google that. Like input text. And then you realize that in HTML you have a tag called input. That has different properties. But if you want that text-based input, you should put type test. Or nothing, because type test is also the default. Those kind of things you learn when you are doing it. It's not something that you should read and memorize. You learn while you're doing it. Trying to learn outside of the practical aspect seems very useless to me. Because you're gonna end up forgetting, since you won't use it, or you will forget by the time you use it. So instead, seeing it when you use it and also applying it right there, I think that that's the best way to do it. Check out GitHub pages. I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, reading someone else's code can be very confusing if you are not familiar with the language. I don't know if that's a good idea. At least for starting out, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, I guess, but I think that you're gonna be more lost than anything else. Because you're gonna see a bunch of different files. You don't know how those files are connected between each other, so you don't even know, you know, where it goes. GitHub Pages is like a free web host. Oh, Okay, you're not okay, I think that I confused myself. You're not saying that he should read other hitbooks, right? GitHub's repositories. You're saying that he should start by using GitHub to learn, like his own project on GitHub. Okay. Yeah, I never did that, but I guess that could work. I only know the very basics of some language, and even I've forgotten. Yeah, but that's the thing. You're gonna remember by the time you're doing it. Like, again, it's something that I cannot assert enough times. Programming is a practical activity. There is theory behind it, but at the end of the day, when you put your fingers in the keyboard to write code, that's a practical activity. So anything that you need, any theory that you need, you get it while you are writing, not before, while you're doing it. That's the best way to do it. It's literally called GitHub Pages. I don't mean that. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I never used that tool. But yeah, well, I guess you can do that. I don't know what that is, but... My initial advice was using Node. At least to get comfortable with JavaScript. As I say before, the bot that I coded that fetches the OSU maps, I did that with Node when I was bored. So like, it's super accessible. I mean, aside from the fact that it's literally free, it's super accessible because it really doesn't require to know too much beforehand. Again, the important thing is going slowly. You know. So if you want to get used to JavaScript, I will recommend Node particularly as a way to play around. But yeah. But I think that at the end of the day, also the most important thing is the motivation. You know, doing things like this, it's very clear to not burn out. Because when you burn out, that's the worst thing that can happen. So it's good to go slowly. You know. Don't burn yourself out. Wonder if I made a... If I wanted to make a Node application nowadays, what would I make? But as I say before, I don't see myself coding outside of work. I just don't see myself doing that anymore. There are so many possibilities, so much shit you can do. That really made me go all the way down in terms of speed. Oh! That reminded me of something. What do you think about the new hot game Tower of Fantasy, Yami? Seems like a game that it's perfect for you. So I wanted to know what you thought of it. You know? Since you don't like Genshin Impact anymore, maybe you could like that game. I don't know. I know that I won't play it because I don't want to play two gachas at the same time. But hey, maybe you could. I don't know. You can make your own character. You know, just like in your Goikatsu games, you can actually make your own character. You don't need to specifically use other characters. You can customize this. I mean, you could have your beloved Meiko on that game. You could just use the character creator to create Meiko and play the whole game as Meiko. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? You're a what? Okay, hold up. What were you about to say? God damn it. I'm getting PewDiePie flashbacks here. You might want to not continue that. Damn, I can't believe, Yami, you can say that. Come on, especially not in your country. Are you out of your mind? You're gonna get the mounted police to mount you. What are you even talking about? Again, it's a game called Tower of Fantasy. Look it up. It might be of your liking or not. Oh, that's a cool skin. Can't believe that Yami almost slipped and say something illegal. Oh shit, I have a police skin for this. It's pretty cool. I want the police skin. I heard about it, it's gacha shit, yeah. But I mean, are you saying that you will never play a gacha again? Oh, I didn't know I have a siren. It sounds the siren when you use the turbo, I think. Well, the nitro. Huh, that's pretty cool. I remember getting this skin for an event that I think it was supposed to be thieves and policemen. Or something like that, like a pursuit event back when Playground was a thing. Gacha is cancelled, right? Okay, I understand that, but are you saying that you will never play a gacha game again? That's fine, I don't mind. I mean, that's fine by me. But I just wanted to know. So that way, anytime that a new gacha releases, I know that I shouldn't tell you. Right? Like, you will save myself of the trouble of telling you to check out a new gacha game. You know? I think that's a win situation for both. Don't you think? No? Okay. Well, that's a shame, but it's understandable. Well, in that case, I unfortunately can't recommend you anything. Well, nothing new at least. Oh, that's so nasty. A friend told me there is an XCOM Live gacha coming called Girls Frontline 2. Wait, are you shitting me? You should say that you wouldn't play a gacha and now you say that you wanna try a gacha? Are you stupid or am I stupid? Girls Frontline, the first one is, for what I understand, a turn-based RPG that people like just because it has like an emotional story and girls with guns. I'm a reasonable person and I like XCOM. I don't know. I mean, well, maybe the second one will be like that, but I'm pretty sure the first Girls Frontline is just like a generic turn-based RPG, isn't it? Yeah, maybe they will switch it up for the second release, but I don't know. All I know is that the setting is hot girls with guns. Well, I don't see that as a problem, but maybe you will see it as a problem. Because I don't remember seeing guys. Just remember girls, which makes sense considering that the name is fucking Girls Frontline. But yeah, I don't know if that's something you might be interested in. Play for a couple days, realize it's cancer gacha and move on. Well, at least I'm glad that you know exactly how things are gonna play out. But if that's the case, isn't it better to not even play it in the first place? I mean, wouldn't that just save yourself the trouble? I think. There is no redemption for that cancer model. I don't know, dude. Like, for example, in Genshin Impact, the gacha is not really important at all. I mean, unless you like every single character that releases and you want to have them all, which I doubt, I don't see how in a game like Genshin Impact the gacha will be a problem. Just to give an example. I always try things I think I hate. I am a reasonable person. Really? Then why don't you try the new Touhou game that is gonna release in a couple of days? Seems that it's the perfect thing judging by your description. Don't you think? It most likely will release on Thursday 18th. The problem with Genshin is that the game is shit. But I thought you like the exploration. I mean, if you like the exploration, I don't see how you can say that it's shit. No, but see, that's the problem. You have a lot of things to do now. Like, if you like the exploration, you have a lot of shit that you haven't explored, you know? So, I don't know. You don't really need to do neither the dailies or the abyss, right? You can just do exploration if that's what you want. Shack my teapot. Well, you could also do that. I personally, that's not something I like too much, the teapot. But hey, a lot of people love putting shit in their teapot and making it look like a cool place. I don't know how people like that, but hey, it seems to be a lot of people that like that, so yes, you could do that. No, come on, don't be like that. Oh, nice. Time to open chest for 0-2. No, but see, but okay, but that's the problem. You are seeing the gameplay as a mere thing for the gacha. You know? Like, the fun thing about exploring chests is the exploration itself. I mean, sure, it gives you a reward, but I mean, if you don't care about the gacha aspect, why will you care about the reward? Right? Oh shit, this map is probably gonna fuck with the bitrate so much. It seems to be pretty short, at least. You can tell by the minimap on the left being so... Like, the cars on the minimap going so fast. You can tell this is a short track. I missed it. Oh, come on! I'm crashing against shit that I shouldn't be crashing against. Well, it means that that's gonna cost me the race at this rate. Oh, okay. That might give me the push I need, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it should. It did. Perfect. Let's say you... Wait, I'm not in the category of people that want to put an aquarium in the teapot and watch the fish with glee. Let's say you have a scale, one side has a pile of shit and the other side has a single coin. The shit is heavier. Well, that depends. If the coin is made out of gold, it might not be heavier. But, you know... Alright, I understand. But... yeah. I guess. So, what will Genshin need to put in their game for you to play it again? Like, what will you say that Genshin could implement that will make you play that game again? I'm curious. Or if there's anything, maybe there's nothing, which is fine too. Maybe you want PvP. That will be interesting. I mean, it will be a horrible idea, but it will be interesting to see how bad it is. Putting PvP on Genshin, that will be something. That will indeed be something. Come on, what a sack of shit. Damn it. I hate it when you hit them sideways, but they still get the lead. So annoying. That's okay. This also feels like a short track, but I don't know. There will have to be some significant gameplay changes. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I guess that's probably a never. Yeah, I don't think they are doing significant gameplay changes. Like, of all the things that they might do, I don't think that's one of them. Problem is that the things that make it interesting, like specific team composition, contradicts the gacha shit. I don't know. I mean, most of the, like, if you're talking about very broken teams, most of the broken teams are 4-star teams. You know, like the usual Bennett, Shin, Q combinations. Like those are usually the ones that matter. Damn, that was crazy. I overtook him from the outside. Good shit. Damn, 300ths of a second just to win. Yeah, I don't know. Another problem with Genshin is that it boils down to press 1. Oh, okay, that it's very simple. Yeah, I don't know. Mobile brain. Yeah. I guess in that case you won't be able to come back. Because I think that that's the main appeal, the fact that it's a brain-dead game that you can just turn your brain off and play. I mean, I know that that's the appeal. Oh, damn, that's super beautiful. Look at that. That's the Aurora. Damn, that looks beautiful. I forgot this track was even in the game. That's so pretty. Guiding this balloon during a coffee break. Yeah, I gotta admit that of all the daily missions, guiding the balloon is probably one of the most annoying ones. That is indeed true, but you know. I don't know, to me, the main appeal of Genshin Impact is that I can just sit, turn my brain off and play. You know? I guess the kind of game that it doesn't require anything out of you. Like you just play it and that's it. You know? But I guess, you know. Damn, that's an ugly skin. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. Well, this is the Aston Martin. You could try thinking of a reasonable goal, then go ham on Google. Oh, for Draenor. Yeah, I mean, that's what I told him. Discord bot that lets you set an alarm. Yeah, I mean, dude. The Twitch bot, I mean, sorry that I'm mentioning this shit so much, but The Twitch bot that does the OSU request is the perfect example of something that is relatively simple to do and yet useful, and also a perfect objective to start out. Kinda wondering what I need Node.js for. Okay, Node.js is a platform that allows you to run JavaScript code in your computer without the need of a browser. Because what's the thing? JavaScript is a language that is intended to be run on a browser, right? So, instead of doing that, what Node.js is through a very diverse set of tools, it basically runs JavaScript straight on your computer, which allows you, between other things, to pretty much run a server using JavaScript. You don't need anything else more than JavaScript. So the too long didn't read version of what Node.js is that it allows you to run JavaScript server side. Because normally it doesn't run on the server, it runs on the user's browser, the internet browser. That's what it does. Sometimes there are some things that you might need to, like if you want to ask other reasons why you will need Node, there are a lot of projects that are coded in Node. So sometimes you just need to install Node for the simple reason that whatever you want to run is written in Node. Pretty much. But yeah, that's a different story. That sucks then. Like, I wanna be the guy save editor, I only made that to learn Node.js. Nice. If I run a web page through a browser, I won't need it in that case. No, here's the thing. You will... No. JavaScript always runs in a browser, in the sense that if we're talking about web pages, you will always run JavaScript through a browser. The difference here is that you are not only gonna run it in the browser, you're also gonna run it on the server side. Like, you need to understand that in web development there are two very big environments that are the front end and the back end. The front end in most cases refers to the browser, which is, you know, whatever, Google, Chrome, Edge, any browser that runs a script. In this case it's JavaScript. Well, in this case and in pretty much any case that we're talking about web pages, it's JavaScript. So that's the front end, what the user downloads and executes in his own computer. The back end is what the server runs, so that will be you, what the server serves to the users. Normally the back end is running other programming languages like, you know, Java, PHP, Python, whatever. Languages that are made specifically to run on the back end, to run servers. Well, Node.js basically says, fuck all these other languages, I'm gonna run JavaScript in the back end too. Like, I'm not just gonna run it in the front end, I'm running it in the back end too. That's what Node.js is. Node.js wants to use JavaScript for everything. And it does a very good job at doing that. Think I get it now? Nice. If you're... wait, give me a second. Give me a second because I think I can still lose. Well, if I fail the last corner, this one, no, that's fine, there you go. If you're both okay with it, I can pitch what my idea is in Discord and maybe from there you can help me out a bit more. Sure. I mean, I won't be able to help you right now, but yes, later for sure. Well, Yami will be able to help you right now as well, but The idea doesn't really matter, it's more about starting. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, for now, you should get used to the tools you're gonna use. You shouldn't go balls in your idea yet. You could do it, but I feel that it might be better to do smaller things. I have no idea where to start, because I assume I also gotta learn HTML. HTML is a markup language that exclusively used for the front end. It's basically what a web browser reads, and according to that it displays on the screen what's written in the HTML. It's also pretty much like the, where you tell the browser to read the JavaScript scripts, basically use script tags in the HTML so the browser read those. Yes, you will need to learn, quote unquote, learn HTML. It's not really learning though. Well, first of all, just so you are not confused, HTML is not a programming language. HTML is a markup language. It's basically a convention. Like, basically, it's like a contract between the guy that writes the web page and the browser. You have this set of rules that are tags, and the browser understands them, right? That's the point of HTML. Yes, you could write script inside an HTML, but usually that script goes through JavaScript, and it's usually not something that is recommended. HTML, it's better to leave it for what you want to show. And well, obviously load the scripts, but I mean, HTML should be the view, and the logic should be left in JavaScript. Though at the same time, depending on what framework you use, you could put some logic on the JavaScript, on the HTML, but like Angular. I did HTML, CSS, and I was in the middle of JavaScript before I got kicked. Wait, what? Why did you get kicked out of your school? Did you do something very fucked up? It wasn't that fun to learn? Well, that's because you probably were made to learn JavaScript theoretically. JavaScript is particularly a language that is perfect to learn practically, because what you write, you can pretty much see it instantly reflected on a web page. And Node makes that easier. Node has a command that runs a server, and every time you change a JavaScript file, it automatically updates the view. So you can see your changes almost in real time. I had to go to another school because of my attendance. Bit of a long story, I see. But yeah, that's the good thing about Node. Like, you can write shit in JavaScript and you can see it instantly reflected on the screen of the browser. A lot of people like to learn top down and people find it practical. I don't remember what was top down and bottom up, honestly. I remember you explaining to me what it meant one time, but I already forgot. Oh, I missed that nitro. Oh, I missed all the nitros. Oops. That ain't good. I still should be able to win. He's not that far away. He's right there. Waste your nitro. And I should be able to overtake around here. Oh, but he used it again. Team. That's fucked up. Damn it, and this is a long race as well. Automap is learning fundamentals, then applying them. Alright. Sorry, I didn't have anything else to say. What can I tell you? Wait, first of all, have you downloaded Node? To drain what I'm asking, obviously. So if you downloaded Node, maybe you could try doing the classic Hello World application. That's how everyone starts, usually. You could try putting Hello World and making the letters blink. It's pretty funny. I actually have it downloaded because I need it for something at some point, I see. Well, what I would suggest to you, problem is that I don't exactly remember some of the commands that you can run from scratch, like to start a node project. I wish I could remember. Like I remember that you have commands like node serve, I think. Or damn, I actually don't remember that much. Like how you start an application from scratch on Node. Well, you can try basically doing what I was telling you earlier. You could start by practicing the art of Googling. Like for example here, you say you can make a Discord bot with Node. Yes, you can. You are most likely gonna need like access to the Discord API, so you most likely will need to like request an authentication to be able to, you know, to make calls through, well, through HTTP requests. But yeah, I guess you could start Googling that. Like, what happens if you do Node.js Discord bot? Well, the problem is that if you do that, there is probably like thousands of... Yeah, that's an interesting question, because if you do that, you will probably see a lot of code that is already done. That might be something I will do in the future. Well, that's something that you could probably do right now. Like, I'm pretty sure that especially something as basic as a Discord bot is like, if you go to Google, you can probably see the code. Like, there is probably a GitHub repo that is already done that you can choose fork. Well, fork, you can pull. You can clone, there you go. You can clone that repo and choose see by yourself. Problem is that there you will basically have the whole thing done. But I don't think it's a bad idea to at least know more or less what's the logic behind it. Because you can have the code and you can start modifying shit to be like, okay, here instead of the bot saying hello, I'm gonna make the bot say dick. What happens if I change this here, right? Like that sort of thing, I guess. Cool. Wanted to make a music bot that allows me to play local files. That should be very easy to do with Node. Well, alright, when I say very easy, I mean as in, you know, it obviously will take you time to learn how to do it, but in the sense that it's very doable. Like if you actually get at it, you can definitely do it. Because Node, another good thing about Node is that it has a lot of different dependencies. Like a lot of different packages. So for example, you have packages for file management, you have packages for well, in this case connecting to an API like Discord, right? You have packages to play media files. A lot of things that are usually not that simple to do normally with JavaScript, you can do it very easily with Node. Wait, is this Laguna Seca? I just realized, is this supposed to be Laguna Seca? I think it is. I mean, the shape is the same but in reverse, right? Kinda looks like it. I don't know why there are so many houses surrounding the track. Yeah, this does look like Laguna Seca. If this is Laguna Seca, then the corkscrew should be this corner here, right? It doesn't look like a corkscrew. Doesn't particularly look like one. Wait, oh, I just remember something. Actually, I don't think that this is a good advice. But if you go if you go to GitHub, wait, I can actually put that on, like, if you type github.com/Gabi125, that's my GitHub repo, and in that shit I uploaded the Osu bot that is written in Node. The problem is that the code is garbage because I was still white. Yeah, that's why I don't think that it's a good idea for you to see it though. The code is super badly written. Not because it doesn't work, but because it's a mess. Like, it's very hard to read. But you could try to check it out. That's a lot of lines. Right, you don't need to read every single line, you know. I mean, it's very badly done, but, you know, you can see mostly what the idea is behind a bot that lurks in a chat. Basically, like, I don't want you to read the specifics of it, or I don't even want you to, you know what everything in particular does. But basically, those type of chatbots work in like an event-based programming, right? Like, for example, right there, you can see that on message, you start like that method is executed every time someone sends a message, right? And with that, you receive some arguments to that method. Like, for example, the username and obviously the message itself. And according to that, you can do different things. Like, for example, you could do something that is like, if username equals Yamigamis, and then you type /ban. No, but I mean, the point is that you understand how what's mostly the idea of chatbots. They work based on events. I wrote a Discord music bot a while ago. I didn't. I never wrote a Discord bot, actually. It would be nice to try it. It's just that, as I say before, I find it pretty hard for me to code outside of my work, but I could try it, at least to make the Discord a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Basically, that bot that I wrote does something like, it does something on connect, something on message, you know. And depending on the message, like if the message has an exclamation mark and a specific command, you do something about it, you know. Me too, that's why I drink. What you mean, that's why I drink? Well, I mean, wouldn't it be a better idea to do something like, you know, play games? Wouldn't it be more healthy, maybe, than drinking? I guess it depends on the game. Might not be that healthy, depending on which one we're talking. But then again, what you mean? You also... Oh wait, are you working right now, Yami? Because another thing that you do a lot is watching this stream. Do you watch the stream while working or outside of work? I think you watch it while working, right? Probably. Maybe. Well, you can do both things at the same time, though, which will explain some of your questions. You could drink while watching the stream. Maybe. Also, this track already feels like a pain in the ass. This is probably gonna be such a pain to win. Or maybe not, I don't know. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a pain to win. Too many corners that are also sharp. not too much room to overtake. And also the first place seems to be very fast. Yeah, I kinda have my doubts on this one. It could be possible. And even the third place is fighting. Come on, third place, fuck off. Yeah, I don't know. This one might actually be very hard. Yeah. Oh man, the pain. The absolute pain. But yeah, this is gonna be so painful. Generally, I'm switching shops soon, moving on a bunch of other shit though. Oh nice. Are you finally going to Texas? Or are you just moving to a different place inside of Canada? Because moving to Texas will be quite a change. Whoop. Come on, you're the fucking 11th place, let me pass. That last corner, see, that's the problem. Another one of the problems. The last corner, which is pretty much the most important one in this game, it's a corner that you cannot do without reducing your speed. Well, with a car like this, that is. If it was any other car, it wouldn't be necessary, but with this car, it is necessary. That's quite a problem. It's gonna be hard to get the lead. It really feels like the only place where you can use the nitro is on the main straight. Every other place seems to be very bad for activating nitro. I did it there, but really wasn't a good idea. How do I do it here? See, that's the issue. If I do that before, I'm crashing against the wall. But if I do it too late, that's what's gonna happen. Team. That's very fucked up. I don't know if I will be able to beat that one. Considering traveling for a few months, I'm not so sure yet. That's fine. I mean, deciding where to live is it's a hard question, because there are so many things to take into account, you know. Well, not to mention the cost and the paperwork and all that shit, you know. Yeah, it is quite annoying. It is indeed quite annoying. Well, at the very least, if you wanna go to the USA, at least being a Canadian resident already gives you like a better standing than if you were from anywhere else. Oh, come on. Oh, I can't believe it. That's the last nitro I have. It should be enough though. Nice. I heard it's basically impossible to revoke Argentinian citizenship. I don't know, I never tried them, only 10 people did this. Why would you want to revoke Argentinian citizenship though? Like, what's the problem with having it? I mean, if you want to go to the USA, it's not like you need to revoke the Argentinian citizenship, you just need a visa. So, I wouldn't see the problem there. That you can have multiple citizenships, right? At least I think that's how it works. Right? Or am I missing something? Well, I think that there might be some countries that actually do require you to do that, but I'm not sure. Some countries recognize double citizenship, some don't. I didn't know that. But I don't know if it's hard to revoke citizenship here. Right? I don't know, I never tried to do that. And nobody that I know tried to do that, so I don't know if it's hard or not. Where did you hear that it's hard? 'Cause I honestly had no idea it was hard. But yeah, I'm not planning on doing that. Doesn't seem like like a very good idea. Just a random fact on the intertubes. I don't know. You also gotta understand that a lot of Argentinians love to exaggerate. No, in fact, let me go further. Most Argentinians on the internet are attention whores with victim complex. So you gotta be very careful of what you read if it's written by an Argentinian. Because a lot of the times it's exaggerated and a lot other times it's just there for attention. Or both, you know. So you gotta be very careful with that. Like, for example, a lot of people like to pretend that we are like the only country in the world that has like super inflation. No, there are other countries with super inflation. Yes, the super inflation we have here is very bad, but not only it's not the only country with that inflation, but it's also not like the inflation really is gonna make you starve to death. Well, unless you are already poor, at which point you wouldn't be using the internet to bitch about it. So, yeah, you gotta be really careful. Everything makes sense, fuck you. But no. It is true. It is true. I seen like one of the streamers that I watch the most, as I mentioned multiple times before. It's a Spanish from Spain, a streamer that plays iRacing, right? And he obviously has viewership all across the Hispanic community in the world, right? Obviously. I'm a good example, like not just people from Spain. And you can tell that when there is an Argentinian in chat, they make everything about themselves. It's like, dude, yes, we get it, you're Argentinian. Good shit. Nice. And you can also tell sometimes in the way they talk. Like, even when they are not doing, or they are not bragging, or they are not bitching about their country, like, sometimes it's very easy to tell when they are using Argentinian Spanish, which I personally think that it's so fucked up. Like, to go to a Spanish stream, someone that is from Spain, and start writing Argentinian Spanish, I mean, you can do that. It's not like it's not allowed or that it's a bad thing, but I feel that it's so disrespectful. At least try to speak neutral Spanish. Like, I'm not saying that you should use Spain only things like the pronoun vosotros, for example. You don't need to go that far, but at least don't try to be that obvious that you're speaking in a dialect that only Argentinians speak. You know? Like, come on. If you were in an Argentinian streamer chat, then sure. But you're in a guy from Spain, like, come on. Using expressions like, for example, sos, which is a conjugation that is not used anywhere but here for the verb to be. Like, come on, dude. Like, just have some respect. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too hard into it for that particular case. But it is true that a lot of times they... Like, for example, when someone talks about something being very expensive, they love saying shit like, oh yeah, you don't know how bad we have it here in Argentina. Yeah, nobody asks you, fucking attention whore piece of shit. Like, thanks, but no thanks. You know? We're talking about shit being expensive and all of a sudden you make it about Argentina. Fuck you, dude. Because if we were talking specifically about Argentina, sure. But we weren't. You just brought that up from nowhere. Just because you like being a little attention whore. And also a victim. Because again, you are privileged enough to be able to use the internet and watch a streamer playing a racing simulator game. You can bitch when other people here have it much worse. You're bitching as if you were living in the middle of a villa starving to death. You are not. You're a privileged middle class bitch that thinks that you have it super bad. You don't. It's fine that you want to complain about that, but do it somewhere else. Not in a stream about a Spanish guy doing racing simulator shit. Like, go bitch about it on Reddit Argentina. You will fit right in with the rest of those bitches. You know? I think I already understood this from football. That cool, yeah, when someone starts talking about football, yeah, that's a bad idea to do that in front of an Argentinian person. I get embarrassed too when people from my country do that. I mean, the problem is that it's so frequent. If it was only once, like once a month, but every stream I see an Argentinian making everything about themselves. SOS. I don't know what SOS means. Well, yeah, it's the emergency call, but I mean... Soundholic sound? I don't know what you mean. Some countries are certainly better at it than others, yeah. I feel like Argentina is the best one in at least South America. I don't think there is any other country in South America that is as much of an attention whore nest as Argentina. Maybe you could say Brazil, but at least Brazilian people don't hang out on Spanish-speaking places, so it's usually not a problem, or I don't see the problem, you know, because I never encounter them. I think that when it comes to the Hispanic speaking, like the Spanish speaking community in the internet, like just forget about South America. The whole Spanish speaking community, I think that Argentina is the #1 attention seeking nest, and also victim complex. I don't remember seeing many people, from example, from Peru bitching about the kind of things that people here bitch about. And it's not like Peru, they have it super good. But I don't see them being such an attention whore as people here. But usually you will have to specifically ask them if they are from Peru to know that they are from Peru. You wouldn't know just by the way they talk. But Argentinians, even when they are not specifically talking about Argentina, you can just tell by the way they speak. The dialect. The way they murder Spanish. Which, I mean, it's fine. It's the way we talk. I also talk like that. I feel that if you're in an online community, you should at least attempt to go for neutral Spanish. You know. I think in Europe, France and the Netherlands are probably the worst. Maybe. Toho 12 Stage 4 theme remix? Yeah, I don't think I heard it. Maybe Shermany? I can't tell if the Shermans are memeing or serious. I don't know, I don't usually hang out in places that are specifically European only. Not even Peruvians care about Peru. No, but it's not that they don't care. They just don't make it about themselves. I'm pretty sure that in your case, for example, in Chile it's also not the case. Right? Like, I don't think I see people just out of nowhere saying, oh, hey, but I'm Chilean, by the way, concha tu madre. Or whatever. I don't know. I probably didn't pronounce it as a Chilean, so I apologize. Weon. But, like, you don't see that, right? Like, sure, if you start talking about Chile, then yeah, they probably start saying stuff like that, or in Chilean communities, but you don't see it in like a Spanish general speaking community. You don't just see them, you know, just throwing weon out there casually. Or at least I don't see them doing that. Peruvians, when they see an... Wait, are you seeing that Peruvian people have a large praise for Asian people? I didn't know that. Didn't know that that was a stereotype. Why is that a stereotype though? Where does that come from? Don't think I'm gonna make it. Ooh. Oh. Damn, that was probably same time. Oh, it actually wasn't same time. Surprisingly, it was 100 more. Well, less, I guess. Alright, I'll take it. That was crazy, holy shit. That was beautiful. I don't know the whole story, but the whole Fujimori lineage has been on the presidency in Peru for some reason. I have no clue. I'm not very well versed in Peruvian lore. But the thing is that regardless, again, I don't see people from Peru making like a whole conversations about themselves out of nowhere. At least not online. I don't see them do that the same way I don't see almost any other South American country do that. Except for mine. But I think that that has an explanation. Well, a very easy explanation. And a very, I wouldn't say logical, but that it's easy to come to that conclusion. Argentinians have a complex of superiority and inferiority at the same time. A lot of Argentinians think that they are not even South Americans, like they are just honorary Europeans. It makes sense to think that, considering that a lot of people come from Europeans directly in their family tree. But you're still in South America, you are a South American. And you are as much of a South American as a Chilean guy, a Brazilian guy, a Peruvian guy. So, as much as you want to feel superior, you are not. And another thing is, they also have the inferiority complex because they are constantly sucking on, for example, USA nuts. Everything that the USA does, they chug it like they are gallons of water. Let's just say water, right? When you think about it that way, that kind of behavior is, I wouldn't say understandable, like it's not excusable, but it's understandable. But yeah, that's how it is here. It's a very particular situation. The mixture between superiority and inferiority complex that a lot of people have. Like basically thinking that they are better than the rest of South America, but you know, that they should kneel to, you know, countries like USA. It's whatever though. It's the way it is. I guess the ironic thing about this is that I'm also making the conversation about Argentina. So I guess I'm an attention whore too. Well, the difference here is that I'm on my own stream. I could talk about dicks if I wanted to. No, I don't want to talk about dicks, however. Much to Yami's discomfort. In that last corner is brutal. Soundholic also makes some Eurobeat albums. I think they do. So the question is if I'll be able to maintain the lead here. I mean, the second place doesn't seem to be going that fast, but rushing against these corners will greatly reduce my speed. The problem is the last corner. This last corner is criminal. I got it though. Not dicks, but there was a whole lot of mirror talk the other day, of course. Why wouldn't you want to talk about Mirror? It's a beautiful game. Mirror is a 10 out of 10. The best match 3 game you can play on Steam. But yeah. Well, that is also a very good point you raise. Even if it's supposed to be half a joke, that is a very good point. Normally, if you were on like a public chat room, wouldn't be a good idea to just suddenly starting talking about your fetishes and shit like that. But if you're in your own stream, you can do that. So that's why it's so perfect. I can talk about Mirror without nobody bitching about that. That's a good thing. That's one of the things I like about streaming. Being able to talk about whatever and not feeling bad about talking about that, because at the end of the day, yes, I know that this is gonna sound very self-centered, but at the end of the day, it is my stream. So I can talk about whatever I feel like. That's one thing I like a lot about streaming. Because when you are in other communities, there are some things that you know, might not be the best topics to bring up. But here, I could talk about the most stupid, nasty, degenerate shit that, as long as it doesn't break Twitch terms of service, I can do it. And there's nothing you can do about it. When I say you, I mean anyone. No, not you in particular. Yeah, exactly. My stream, my rules. I know that saying that sort of stuff is a very antipathic, well, I don't know if that's a word in English, but you know, like a very egocentric thing to say, a very asshole-ish thing, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's the truth, you know. It is the case. And I also think that's the beauty of streaming, because you might think that that only works on my side, but no, it also works on your side. Because if I start talking about shit you don't like or you're uncomfortable with, the best thing is that you don't even need to watch this stream. That's the beauty of it. You can go to 1,000 of other streams. I think that that's such a beautiful thing about streaming. Like, it allows you to get like your own space. Sure, you have people to come continuously from outside that space, but the thing is that if people stay, it's because they are comfortable with this space, you know. So I think that that's one of the things that I like the most about streaming. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's something that usually is not very nice to bring up, because yes, it sounds very egocentric and you know, maybe asshole-ish. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is the case. In 10 laps, you're out of your mind. But yeah. I mean, I think that it's also one of those things where you can't find your space, you need to create one yourself. You know that for years I've been trying to look for a place that doesn't have bitches. By bitches I mean people that bitch, right? People that complain about stupid shit, people that shirk themselves off in the sense that they are an echo chamber and shit like that. And I really can't find a place like that on the internet. It's almost impossible to find a place that you don't have people behaving the way I don't like, right? I think that streaming is also another way to like build that space that you want to see, right? Because really, I can't really find a community on the internet that doesn't have any of this, like attention whores, people that start arguments for no reason, people that care too much about internet points, people that argue in bad faith, shit like that. It's impossible. Like, I've been searching so much and I don't find any place like that. At least not any public place. I think that that's also another thing about streaming. You can kinda form that space yourself. And maybe that's a space that a lot of other people think, just like you think that other spaces suck. Other people might think the same about yours, but that doesn't matter. Because you did it for yourself. Yeah, there are a lot of things like that that come with streaming that I am very grateful for. Truly a cool thing. But yeah. It's just the way it is. Ouch. Damn. I moved my arm and it made a sound. Like I'm a fucking Lego or something. Like I moved my arm and it did click. Damn it. Come on. Is this one gonna sound too? No? Alright. That's so weird. When your body start making sounds, well, your bones, I mean, start making sounds just for moving them. I mean, it makes sense when you are sitting in the same position for hours, but then that click sound, sometimes it's scary. Becoming old, I'm well aware of that. I mean, the first thing that I notice, like, you know that there are a lot of things that can tell you that you're getting older. I think that the first thing I notice is how every time I look at the mirror, my forehead has less hair. Like every time I look at the mirror, like my hairline is further, you know. That's, I think, that one of the first signs that I particularly notice for getting older. That's fine though, it is to be expected. Especially since both my dad and my two granddads were bald. So it makes sense. But yeah, that's one of the things that is already starting to tell me that I'm getting older. Yeah. Gabi Calvo. I don't think I'm gonna go fully bald in a long time though. I mean, I'm clearly gonna have a very big bald spot at some point, but you need sunglasses? I have sunglasses. To cosplay Mr. Big. Yeah, don't worry. The sunglasses, I have them. And I will also need to, because Mr. Big, he has a mustache and a beard, but he doesn't have anything on like his cheeks. So he basically shaves the hair from his cheeks. Yeah, big coat. I will have to have. Well, the problem is that having a big coat is that when you are sitting down, I think that it will be very uncomfortable. Because it will be so long that it will basically stay in the chair. But I do want to buy a long coat. I never had one, now that I think about it. That will be cool, a long coat. And then rename my channel to Mr. Big Gaming. That will be something. Now I only need to learn Japanese and we're done. The dick vein near the eye? I don't know what that is. I don't think I pay that much attention. But yeah. No, I don't really plan on going bald though. I know that a lot of people say that if you're balding you should shave it all off. Well, Yami being one of them that says that. But I don't think that that's like, I wouldn't mind having hair on the side of my head and not at the center. I mean, a lot of people find it gross and ugly, but I mean, that's how my dad looked for a very long time, and I don't consider him neither gross nor ugly. And I would like to look like my dad when I get older. So I wouldn't want to take it off. Ouch. Really? In the gacha you play, she has a dick vein? Damn. I don't play in that gacha anymore though. It's been like 1 year and a half since I played that gacha. Like, playing two gachas at the same time is a very bad idea. So right now the only gacha I play is Genshin Impact. And it seems that it's the only gacha that I will play for a long time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I play Genshin Impact until it eventually reaches end of service. Which by the looks of it is not gonna happen at least in 5 years. But you know. And that is if it even happens. Like, it could become a game like World of Warcraft that is still alive despite being like 25 years old or something. It really feels like Genshin Impact is pretty much like the World of Warcraft of gachas. The game that will always be there. Because it has such a big ass following, dude. I know that gacha players are not precisely the most loyal players out there, but it's just insane, dude. Like, they will have to very royally fuck it up to lose the insane amount of support they have. It really feels like it's the kind of gacha that will last until the end of times. But that also depends on them. Because, for example, with one of their previous gachas, Honkai Impact, I think that they are kinda looking to... Well, I'm not sure because I don't play it, but I think that they are kinda looking to, like, wrap it up. But I'm not sure. So it will solely depend on them. But when it comes to the support they get, it's just insane, dude. It's insane how a gacha has gained so much popularity and is still keeping the popularity. I understand that it's not like it's particularly being made by a small company, it's quite the opposite, but still. There are a lot of games that have big companies behind them, gacha games I'm talking, and they don't last. But this one, I don't know, seems that it will last for quite a while. At least I hope. Then again, Genshin Impact will get end of service tomorrow and I wouldn't care because, I mean, I had my fun out of it. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that will be the case. But I don't know. Are you still playing Genshin Impact, Draynot, by the way? Because I think that I saw the other... Well, I don't know if the other day might have been some weeks ago, but I think I saw you logging in. Are you still playing? Not really anymore, I see. Well, in a couple of weeks they are gonna release Sumeru, which is the next area after Inazuma. So you might be interested in that. It's basically gonna be the whole new area. It's gonna be cool. ...2022, oh yeah. Yami, as always, pretending he never played it just by saying, haha, playing it in 2022. I will always remember you played Genshin Impact, Yami. It doesn't matter. A lot of people might not know, but until the end of times, I will know you were a Genshin Impact player. And I will remind you of it. Did the main character bang his sister? No, not yet. No, they are pretty much leaving the sister plot for the end of the story. Like, that's like the goal that they are building up to. So no. Oh damn, traffic management. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. At least I have 5 nitros, but... I don't understand why that is so surprising. Oh yeah, very reasonable person, of course. Did they reveal that Paimon is connected to the evil woman at the start? No, they haven't done that yet. And I really doubt they are gonna do that. I mean, you might not think so, but Paimon is pretty much the face of Genshin. I really don't see themselves making Paimon evil. I don't think that will be the case. No, there is no way. Well, okay, they could say she's connected to her, but they are definitely not making her evil at all. Paimon is the face of the game. Commit Sonic and add Paimon negative. Well, that's pretty much the thing. Paimon negative, a lot of people think is the goddess that appeared at the beginning that separated you from your sibling. That's like, they think that that's like the evil part of Paimon, or that Paimon is a fragment of that goddess. But we don't know yet. And we probably know. In fact, a friend of mine already said it, but like, we are probably only gonna get like important information on the story when you reach the final city, which is the Ice City. And for the Ice City to arrive, there's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 more years, so yeah, no, I don't think that's happening. No, I think that anything that is important development for the story of the main character and company, it's probably not gonna get expanded until the very final city. I'm almost sure of it. I don't mind though. I mean, yes, it would be nice if the story was more engaging, but it's like whatever, you know. As always, I don't play games for the story. And Genshin Impact is not the exception, you know. Damn it. Got a Shiso run with time slow and the final boss died so hard, didn't spare her fat ass? Damn. Why didn't you spare her? Don't you see that she wasn't made that way? Too busy playing the watered down Mario Party games? What you mean the watered down Mario Party games? Are you implying that Genshin puzzles are like Mario Party minigames? I mean, maybe, but I don't see that as a bad thing, you know? Why would that be a bad thing? Wow, that's a lot of police cars, what the hell? Damn it. Damn. As I say before, the main... the main attractive thing that Genshin Impact has is that I can play with my brain turned off, you know. Ouch. Also, that reminds me, have you fought, like in One Step from Eden, have you gotten to the Seraph boss fight yet? Or have you still not gotten there yet? In Laguna Seca again. Because that's a very hard boss fight. You haven't done Genocide yet? I see. Yeah, I remember when I did it, it was pretty hard to get there. Because basically by killing everyone you also don't get their assists, you know. So, not to mention that the area that you unlock is super hard. Even reaching the boss is hard once you done the run. But yeah, I keep forgetting that, right, you fight the flying girl if you spare everyone, and if you kill at least someone but then also spare someone, you fight the wall. I almost forgot about the fight with the wall, because I remember most of my runs were pacifist, so that means that I usually fought Terra instead of fighting the wall. That's very easy to forget. The wall is also an absolute bitch of a boss. That boss is so hard. I mean, I will say that it's harder than the other two bosses. Well, I don't know if the other two. It's definitely harder than Terra. Wouldn't say that it's harder than Serif though. I also don't remember much about the Serif fight because I only done it once. I only did the Serif fight once. Because doing it more than that, it's a little bit hard, as you would expect. Or at least I think I only did it once. I don't know. But it was quite hard, that is what I remember. Oh shit, I have no fuel? Really? Well, that's fucked up. I also seem to notice that all of these races have very slow cars, because I always end up at first place regardless. Like, I ended up first place at the very beginning of the race. So that makes me think that all of these are super easy, and I don't know why. Because I know that every car has like different challenges. This is not even a challenge. I mean, I get first place without doing anything. Like, I didn't even need to use a nitro, I just get first place naturally. It seems that this particular car for some reason has super easy challenges. And I think that it's also weird because this car is not bad to drive. Like, it will make sense if this car was a pain in the ass to drive, that they will make it easier just so you have better chances, but this car seems to have very good handling, so I'm not exactly sure why. In fact, I'm pretty sure that here I'm not gonna use the nitro even once. And I'm pretty sure the second place is so far away. Unless it's a bug, it might be a bug, I don't know. Okay, it seems quite weird. Yeah, no, didn't use the nitro a single time. Pretty easy. That's weird. And I still got top 6 somehow. It seems like this one will be like that too. That's quite weird. But hey, I won't complain. I mean, after all, I want to beat this mode completely today. So the faster that I can do these races, the better chances I have of doing that. But as I said before I started the stream, if I want to fully clear this mode, I probably will need to do like a 5-hour stream. And I can do that. I mean, after all, today is Saturday. And on Monday, this Monday is actually a holiday for me. So that means that not only I don't need to wake up early tomorrow, I also don't need to wake up early the day after tomorrow. That's like the perfect combination. I could basically stream until very late today. And I think I'm gonna do that. Just so I can beat this today. I don't think it will be very attractive to beat this tomorrow, I feel personally. But I don't know. We will see. Also, for some reason, this race is very long. Because it's 4 laps, but the track itself is not particularly short. I don't know what the logic behind this is. It doesn't have to be evil, opposite, but What? Oh, should somehow related, you could milk idiot so hard with that? Like, I'm her polar opposite, but I love you so much. I mean... No, you gotta understand. Genshin Impact... Like, I think one of the reasons why it's so popular is because I think that it appeals to people that will get too pissed off when things get fan servicey. I mean, there is fan service in Genshin Impact, but it's not very strong. Idiots? No, but I mean, as I say, if you try getting too fan service like that, you're gonna piss off a very sizable portion of their fan base, you know. That's the issue. So yeah, you don't wanna do that. I think that that's one of the things that also makes Genshin Impact so popular. Because it appeals to people that usually will be turned away from playing a game because it has too much tits and too much, you know, too much dick sucking. Not literally, but figuratively. I think. I mean, when you think about it, it's really a genius model, you know. And I'm surprised that they are somehow able to do that. It's not very easy to appeal to people that are incredibly different to each other, but they do. Like, I'm pretty sure that they appeal to someone like me that is an absolute degenerate, but at the same time, you know, plays games regularly. And it also appeals to the appeals to the people that don't play many games and also are the type to like, I don't know, complain about the stupidest shit on Twitter. And we couldn't be more different, and yet I think a game like Genshin Impact appeals to both. That's the crazy thing. It's a collaboration between the Weave Effect and mouth-breathing idiots at the same time. Right, but you gotta understand that it's not that easy, because with that same criteria, Neptunia will enter in that category, and yet Neptunia doesn't even reach an ounce of popularity that Genshin does. So that's the thing. Like, it appeals perfectly because it has the right amount of everything, you know? Like, it has shit that anyone can do because it's extremely easy. It has shit that you need to invest a lot of time to do, but it's not necessary, but it's there. like the Abyss. And it also has designs that are super attractive, but at the same time conservative enough to not piss off specific people, you know. So it has like the perfect combination of everything. It's the winning formula, the secret recipe. That's the secret recipe of the Krabby Patties, you know. Neptunia is pure whips? Not really. Like what you said about whip effect and mouth breathing idiots, both of those things apply to Neptunia. You know? The difference there is that what you say the whip effect is turned way too high. That's the problem. Like the degeneracy aspect is turned way too high. And that's why Genshin ends up winning. Because Genshin has it on a sweet spot that appeals to degenerates like me, but it also appeals to people that are, you know, more conservative. So it's like the perfect balance, you know. It's not very easy to achieve. And yes, obviously having things being so easy that even a toddler can solve them, yes, that also helps. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a super winning combination. No one outside of Hyper Whips will take more than a second glance at Neptunia. Yeah, and that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Neptunia goes too far with it, so that's why it doesn't have a wide appeal. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I mean that's the reason why. But Genshin doesn't go that far. In fact, it barely goes far. May as well say that it doesn't even go far. You thought that whips and mouth-breathing idiots were the same type of breed? Damn. But wait, aren't you insulting yourself like that, Draenor? I mean, at least by Yami standards, you know that you will be considered a weeb, right? They mostly overlap? Damn. But I don't understand, like, aren't both of you insulting yourselves like that? Which I don't mind, but I mean, I don't know. Like, by Yami standards, both of you are weebs, you know? Obviously, as I always say, to me the word weeb is meaningless, but if we're using Yami standards, both of you are, you know? Like in some anime games, it's not the same thing. I mean, but that's what everyone says. I don't know, I heard that argument a lot. What did you call me? I mean, I'm sorry, Yami, but you can't deny it. That's the reason, again, why a word like weeb is useless. Because yes, you Draenor, whether you want it or not, by Yami standards, you will be a weeb. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I agree with Yami, I don't, but I'm just saying by those standards, you will be. So, that's why I'm saying that it's a meaningless word. You know? But that's okay. Oh damn, really? Oh, another one? Oh, that's so unlucky. Okay, no, that's fine. He slowed down enough. If there was a button in front of me that said weave, I will press it for the good of the world. What? You are not... Okay, you're drunk. Okay, I get it. This comes from what you said earlier, that you drink while you watch my streams. Okay. You are drunk. That's fine. It's okay. Tell me, how many fingers do you see here? Funky, fucking drunk ass motherfucker. Can't even say coherent things. Coherent? Oh. However you pronounce that shitty word. And to say that you can't even make sense. But it's okay. But isn't it like... I don't know. Well, I guess it makes sense. It's a Saturday night. If there's any place where you will want to get drunk, it will be right now. Yeah. Like, I was gonna question it, but no, it does make sense. Extremely rude to call a person reasonable and logical person. Sure. Sure. I mean, at least be grateful that I didn't call you a stoner. Well, not this time at least. That's okay, don't worry about it. Just try to not inject too much alcohol in your system and you should be mostly fine. Oh, I'm not gonna be fine here if I keep crashing. No, but I'm fine now. Whoop. Yeah, extremely reasonable and logical. Dude, have you ever read what you wrote? If there was a button in front of me that said weave, I will press it. The fuck does that even mean? You're not making any sense. Like, come on, dude. You are so fucking drunk right now. It's okay. You probably shouldn't watch the screen too much though for a game like this, because it's gonna make you very dizzy probably. Cruise control is now on. Why are you talking about cruise control? That's weird. Cruise control? Isn't cruise control like the system that is used to limit the speed that a car can go in? Like, regardless of how much you press the accelerator, you will always go at that speed. Is that what cruise control means? Why would it say that for this particular car? Maybe it's a reference from a famous movie that I don't know. It could be. The corner is very fucked up. Maintain some speed until you press accelerator or brake. Oh, okay. So it's like a way to leave it on hold. Oh, I see. That's what cruise control is. Interesting. And what cars have that? Is that something that comes in any standard car, or is that something that you only install specifically for a specific car? Like, how common is it to have cruise control on your car? I have no clue. Oh, I dodged the fuel. That's bad because I only have one nitro. Especially if I crash like that. This is probably gonna be bad. I mean, there is not that much track remaining, that is true, but... Uh-oh. Oh yeah, this is bad. Oh, well, another nitro helps. Oh, and I got some fuel. No, I'm fine. There you go. Beautiful. That was close though. That's a cool skin. Double stripes. Looks pretty cool. And gentleman. That is indeed a very gentleman looking car. Sure. Why not? Seems like it's gonna be a very short track. It's pretty common just to rest your feet on a freeway. I see. And where is it located? How do you activate the cruise control? Is it in the gearbox or is it somewhere else? I don't know. Seems that the races with this car are gonna be easy. Usually these cars that look slow tend to drive very well. You can see by the amount of handling it has. Steering wheel or the thing is on the side. Oh, I see. Interesting. I'm gonna ask my sister next time. Because my sister started to... Like some months ago, she learned how to drive. And I don't know if she knew that. Probably, but I don't know. So it's not like that's something useful if you're gonna drive in the city. But, you know, you never know. Maybe at some point she will drive on a highway. Who knows? I wonder if cars have it. Is it a modern thing? Because see, the thing is that if it's a modern thing, there are most likely cars here that don't have it, because you gotta understand that most of the cars here are from either 2000 or the 90s, like very cheap European cars. Like the best example being the Peugeot 206. So does a car like that have it, or is it a modern invention? Or I mean a more modern invention? Because I don't know. Pretty old, I think even cars in the 90s had it, I see. I wonder how it's called in Spanish. Because maybe it has a, well, it most likely has a very specific name in Spanish, but I actually don't know. I kinda wanna Google it now. Give me a second. Like, maybe by hearing it in Spanish, I actually am like, oh yeah, it was this. Let's see. Cruise... I can write control. No, it really doesn't ring a bell. No, I never heard of it in Spanish. I did hear of it in English, but I don't think I ever heard someone in Spanish mention that. A very weird translation. I mean, it's a very literal translation. Like cruise control, well, which I guess it makes sense, but weird. Okay, I'm gonna ask her if she knows. Because the thing that I hear, obviously, when you learn to drive, you usually learn to drive manual transmission, because automatic cars are almost non-existent here. Probably because they are too expensive. I mean, most likely. I mean, I don't really think there are that many, or at least I don't remember seeing many people here drive automatic cars. I think most of the cars here are manual. It seems that using manual cars, I doubt it. Then cruise control is more of an automatic thing. Oh, interesting, I didn't know that. It exists for both, but I think it's less common for standard. I see. Yeah, in that case, that's probably why I never heard about it. Maybe most cars here don't have it. But yeah. It's a shame though, because I don't think there's any reason to not use an automatic car, but I think that we just don't import them. They are just more expensive because they are newer. It will be nice. I mean, I think that most people nowadays, except for like the super like hardcore car enthusiasts, prefer to drive automatic, right? Oh, you are one of those? Oh shit. Alright. That's good to know. So Yami is one of those. One of those that is a heavy defender of manual transmission. Alright. That's very interesting. Manual transmission for the win. Damn. But yes, everyone learns manual transmission here. Because that's most likely the only type of car you're gonna use. So yes, that is correct. So are you also one of those that when they hear about automatic transmission they puke to themselves? Every single car here is automatic, very few learn stick, I see. No, here it's the opposite. I don't think I've seen anyone drive an automatic car. Well, granted that I haven't seen that many people driving, but I'm pretty sure the big majority here is manual. So hey, why don't you come over here? You will be able to drive all the manual cars you want. Problem is that the manual cars you're gonna be able to drive are, as I say, super all European cars. You know, Volkswagen Gol, Peugeot 206, Renault Clio, whatever, those sort of things. So that's the downside. Yeah, you will get manual with almost every car, but the cars are gonna be those. Well, there are some people that use cars that are more recent, like from 2010 is what I mean by more recent. But you know, they are not many. Yeah. If you come here, you can have all the experience with the manual cars you want. Doesn't that sound super exciting? No, don't do that. That was extremely easy. That's what I tell you and I can't stop saying. The only thing that matters in this game is handling. And I almost was the first place because the first one seems to be bugged or cheated. I will assume bugged. Alright. So what else do we have here? The Lightning. Oh, this is the one that is supposed to be an electric car. It's not driving if you aren't clutching a road in your hand. So does that mean that any electric car like this one that I'm gonna be using here is also not driving? Because I'm pretty sure that electric cars you also don't hold a clutch in your hand. Most of the electric cars, if not all of them, are like a single... Like they don't have different gears. They only have one. What do you think of electric cars? Especially in a country like Canada that they are so concerned with the planet. What do you think of electric cars? Are you a mega hater of them? Or are you like more, you know, accepting of them? Where do you stand in that topic? I am willing to accept other methods of transportation. So basically that tells me that you absolutely hate electric cars. Alright. Thanks. Like, you don't consider electric cars cars. Alright. Well, that's fine. I also don't like electric cars, but not because any other reason that most of them have so much useless shit installed. Instead of just being a car that works with electricity, they put all this dumb shit like software gadgets that are absolutely unnecessary. Tesla being the main culprit of it, obviously. So that's the skin that I'm gonna get. It's like a strip in, well, a double strip in the middle. If I can get the last coin, I will be able to get a free nitro, but I don't remember where it was. I think on the right side. Yeah, there it is. That's the free nitro. Oh, what a waste. Oh, fuck. No, but that's fine. Yeah, we're fine. There you go. That was a long race, well, compared to some of the other races at least. Nice. Seems that these are gonna be relatively long races. That's a shame. But that's okay. Now, so I've been thinking what I will play after this, and by after this I mean after, you know, in another stream. I probably would like to play Touhou just to warm up for the for the new upcoming game. How excited are you, Yamin? I bet that you can't contain your excitement. Like, finally being able to see Touhou in this channel. I know it's gonna be super exciting. But you know. Problem is that if I do it now, or rather on the next stream, I think it will be... No, I think it's fine. Oh wow, what the hell? I did the first play crash like that. How are you crushing like that at first place? I don't know how legitimately Touhou fans can exist. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, you were a Touhou fan, you know? Like, see, I don't understand. You get surprised by things that you also did, you know? That's the curious thing. Like, come on. Are you trying to pretend you weren't a Touhou fan before? 'Cause nobody's gonna believe that. So why are you like this, Yami? Why? But you know. Touhou. Wonder how many more games we're gonna get in total. Like, I think that it's a very exciting thing to think of. What's gonna be the last Touhou game? Guess for now, seems that they will keep going for a long time. Wonder if he's gonna reach Touhou 30. I think he will be too old by the time that game will release. Like, he will be like 60 years old or something. I don't know if he will still have the will to code at that point. You never know. What you mean fuel low? It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. See, we're fine. And that was by 100, that would have been all 2s, except for like the 0 at the beginning. That was a wasted opportunity. What a shame. That's fine. The thing is, I truly don't know. Like, after I'm done with this car, I don't know if I should try to continue or if I should leave it for tomorrow, because the remaining cars, there are quite a bit of them, and plus the races that I couldn't beat that will probably take some try-harding to beat. So I don't really know if it's gonna be the smartest idea to do it today. I don't think it is. I don't think that it's a very smart idea. Oh, nice log. So I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a 5-hour stream, but I'm pretty sure that that wouldn't happen even within 5 hours. Or, I mean, within 1.5 more hours. Like, I think it will take a lot more than that. Like, it will probably take 3 more hours minimum. I probably should leave it for the next stream. I don't think that it's a good idea to do it now. Doesn't feel like it. Well, I don't remember how many cars were remaining, so maybe it's not a bad idea, but I highly doubt it. It seems that it's a lot longer than you think it is. Because it doesn't sound that long when you think of it from like an outside perspective. But it seems that it is a lot. 5 races for 33 cars. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. Especially if some of them you don't clear them in the first attempt, which is indeed the case for a lot of this. So I don't know, I will need to finish this one and see how many cars are remaining, but I think that it will actually take a very long time if I try to go all in today. I don't think it's a good idea, much as I wanted to finish this today. I think that the best thing that I can think of is that if there are 5 cars remaining, maybe I could do it today. If there are more than 5, there is no fucking way I do it today. I think that that's a good measurement to use. Probably. But also keeping in mind that there are 2 cars that I haven't completed because there are some races that are hard. Yeah, I guess that's a good stopping point. Like, if there are more than 5 remaining, I shouldn't do it. Well, 5 plus 2 will be 7, so that will be 7 remaining in the counter at the top of the menu. Let's see if that's the case. I completely missed the free boost. Not like it matters since I have 5. Alright, so let's see. How many are there left? If there are 7 in total left, like basically 5 plus the 2 I skipped, I am willing to do it today. But if there are more, I think I should stop. And there's actually 8. There is 1 more of the ones that I said. Yeah, I don't think that it's a good idea. Especially one of them being this one. Wait a second. Oh no, yeah, there are 6. 6 plus 2, basically. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Especially this car. This car is probably gonna be so hard to drive. I mean, I can try it now, but this car is an absolute bitch to drive. It has super bad handling, probably the worst handling in the game, so wouldn't be surprised if this races... Oh, they give you infinite nitros. Okay, that's interesting, but... Yeah, I don't know. But it also seems like it has a weird format. You get all these police cars here surrounding you. It seems like the other cars are not going very fast. But it feels like nobody's going fast, and that's because there are almost no modifiers installed. So the overall speed is not very high. Holy mood. Yeah, well, regardless if they are slow or not, the problem is still the same, and that's that this car is an absolute bitch to drive. Well, and the fact that they are slow will also not help the fact that doesn't help the fact that the races are longer. And not only is a bitch to drive, but it's also low on fuel. This might possibly be the worst car in the game, and I'm not exaggerating. Bad handling and low fuel has to be the worst combination you can ask for. Because top speed really is not relevant, acceleration thinks it's even less relevant. And I forgot what was the other one, Nitro. Yeah, Nitro also doesn't matter too much. For the most part, when you use Nitro, you're going fast, so... Yeah, this, as I said, might be a very hard campaign. Well, campaign. And he says you can win criminal versus a cop. This Batman has some balls. Especially if the races are long, it's gonna be even worse. Because not only you will need to try hard and because this car sucks, but also you need to try hard a long race. Oh, and if I don't pick up the fuel, oh, there you go. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I mean, that first race wasn't that bad, but it can get very bad. I kinda wanna see though. I mean, maybe I could make this the last one for today and then continue tomorrow with the remaining ones, maybe. Doesn't seem like a bad plan. Yeah, at the same time, I don't know if I can beat all of the events for this card today. And everyone is so slow. I don't know why you get so many nitros though. Well, I guess it's harder to keep the fuel, because you're gonna run out of fuel a lot more often. It says I will find you. I'm already fuel low. Problem is that in a lot of these tracks there aren't that many fuel containers. Not to mention that they are also hard to react to. It would be nice if you could see in the minimap where the fuel replenishment is, even when your fuel isn't low. This is gonna be a problem. Wait, what the hell? Well, that's an interesting ghost. Holy shit. That has to be a visual bug. That was pretty funny, I must admit. That the guy was flying. Just like that. I might have a lot of nitros to avoid running out of... Well, I already ran out of fuel, but I mean to not be completely stopped. But I don't know. This is gonna be really tough because it seems that most of the races are gonna have this same difficulty. Running out of fuel. Well, that's fine. I guess the fact that there isn't that much speed also helps with the fact that corners are not that hard to take, since you're not really going that fast. Yeah, I think this one is gonna be rough regardless. I mean, as you can tell, the first place is hard to reach. It's right there, but not like there is much remaining of the race. Not to mention that I run out of fuel again. Still a victory, but... Damn, that car flying like that, it's pretty funny. I think that's a visual bug of the replay. I don't think that whoever said that replay literally landed sideways for the whole track. That would be pretty weird. At least this track seems to be a little bit shorter, at least than the previous two. Wonder if the last two races are gonna be like the car that I skipped, that they are super hard to get first. Hopefully not. Didn't even notice I should crash a car. Was looking at the minimap, but I wasn't looking at the screen. It seems that... oh shit. Oh, wait a second. The finish line is a lot closer than I think. Well, it's still fine. It's not really that far. I actually needed to brake on that corner because I would have landed right into the wall if I hadn't. Yeah, the funny thing is that most of these are super long races. Well, super long track, which obviously makes them super long races. Well, and something that I did notice is that all of them take place at night time, since this is supposed to be Batman. Are we supposed to be driving in Arkham City? Oh, but it says Hollywood on the background, so I don't think it's supposed... Well, it says Hollywood, to be precise. It seems that most of these races go up to like 3 minutes. They are quite long. At least compared to some of the previous adventures where the races were like, some of them were 1.5 minutes, the whole thing. But some of them were even less than 1 minute. Not many, but there were some. I think that this track is one of the most used ones in these adventures. Seems that at least the good thing is that getting first place is not that hard. They are long races, but it's very hard to lose. Most likely will win. I wonder what happens when you run out of fuel and you don't have any nitro to keep going. What does the game do? Does it just tell you game over? Just shove a run to terrible because something poisoned me and I had the resistant poison artifact? What? Wait, something poisoned you and you have the poison resistant artifact. Shouldn't that save you, or am I missing something? Does she reflect stuff? I don't remember. Maybe she did. I don't get it. If you had a poison resistant thingy, how did you get killed by poison? The poison never goes away. So what poison resistant thing do you have if it doesn't go away? I will say that it's not resisting poison very well. Maybe you should get that checked. But no, I don't remember if she could return attacks. It's been a long time. Maybe she could. I don't know. Resistant poison. What will resistant poison mean then? That it's a poison that lasts a long time? I see. Well, yes. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she could return some attacks. Yeah, wait a second. I think that yes, at some point, doesn't she do like a shield, and while that's active you shouldn't hit her or something? I don't remember though, dude, it's been so long. But maybe. I can't see what shit I had on the battle since Tech is not up there yet. There are no replays, right? Well, they are seeds though. That's weird that there are no replays considering that there are seeds for the runs. I don't think it will be that hard to do. Or maybe it will, I don't know. But as long as you have the seed of the run, shouldn't be that hard to do a replay, right? It's not like it's gonna be super easy, it's just like, you know, any new feature that you will put, but I don't think it will be particularly hard. I guess the problem is that it will need a lot of testing considering how many combinations of shit there is. Maybe. There are seeds, but since luck is a thing, we can have the same game. Yeah, but I mean, I think that RNG is usually based on a seed as well. That's the point. Damn, that's the Shoker's color scheme, huh? That's funny. Unless you have the exact same luck and character and path. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the seed already determines the RNG, so I don't think that will be a problem in itself. Wait. Since you're here, Kyle, I want to ask you, what should I do? Should I try to finish this today, or should I leave this for tomorrow? Because if I try doing this today, it's gonna take so fucking long. I mean, there is only 5 left, I guess. Could be worse. If the seed determines the RNG, getting luck will be useless. No, I don't mean that specific seed. I mean that you usually have seeds within, you know, a run that you can also store. That are separate from the seed of the run, but that they are still seeds. I guess, I don't know. Follow the heart of the cards. Problem is that I will need to see. Actually, okay, let's do it like this. If I can complete these 2 cars today, I'm gonna go full for the other ones. If I struggle and I cannot get these 2 in a long time, I guess that's it for today, and I will try harder tomorrow. No sleep until clear. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's my initial idea, that I wouldn't stop the stream today until I beat it, but it turns out that this takes way longer than I thought. You know, that's the issue. That's the main issue. But yeah, my idea was just keep going until this mode was fully cleared. But now I'm not so sure because it does take its time. I will try, but as I said, if I struggle too much on these particular races that I skipped because they were too hard, if I struggle too much, I'm just gonna leave it for tomorrow. If I beat them super quickly though, well, I guess we're gonna go balls in today, maybe. I don't know. Anything can happen. It might be doable, but I do remember that these races in particular were super annoying to beat. No, what the hell, dude? Oh wow! Damn, I got so fucking lucky. He crashed against one of the lap cars and it gave me the victory. Holy shit, that couldn't have been more perfect. Shit. Damn, this is lining up to be a long stream if this is the case. Though it's not over yet though. There is still this other car that also has very annoying races. Damn. If I get all of this in the first attempt, fuck, dude. That's gonna be something else. Like, it's gonna be... because there are 5 cars remaining. And according to my calculations, those remaining 5 cars are gonna be way more than 5 hours in total. Of today, I mean. It's gonna be a lot more than that. Well, no. A lot more is an exaggeration, but it will probably reach 6 hours or something like that. Which will be questionable, to say the least. But damn. I don't know. I could do it again, it's Saturday, right? I can stay awake as long as I please. But damn, it's gonna be a long ass stream if that's the case. But as I said, the condition is not struggling in these 2 races. Anything can happen. This could be a bad idea or a good idea. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I really look forward to the next stream in the sense of to stream something else, because what I will stream is Touhou just to warm up for the new game that is gonna release, which, I mean, it's pretty cool and everything, but I don't think that it's something that I look forward too much. Or not, like, I'm not desperate for doing that, is what I'm trying to say. Team, that's very hard to win. Imagine staying up for this. I mean, you don't need to imagine it, you're doing it. So I don't know what you mean. Imagine. Why do you say imagine? You're doing it like a moron right now. I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's do it like this. I'm gonna give one more attempt to this particular race, and if I... actually, no, let's give it 2 more attempts to this particular race. And if I can't get it on those 2 attempts, then it's gonna happen tomorrow. Argentina ahead of me. Not by much, for what I understand. You know? I mean, like, yeah, ahead maybe like, what, 2 or 3 hours? That's really not much. I mean... it's like 10 PM over there, right? If it's 10 PM and if I stay 2 more hours, you will be staying up late. You know. The problem is that this car is just so bad at turning. Like, it's so fucking bad at doing that. Oh, that was a good opportunity since he crashed against that guy. Would have been a very good opportunity and I kinda blew it. Well, kinda. I mean, I did blew it. Oh, come on, that's so... you are a sack of shit. That guy got in the middle. If it wasn't for that guy, I probably would have won. God damn it, what a jackass. Turns out she doesn't reflect, but the pandemic spell causes an area of effect, and I was near her when I used it. Get on. Alright, last try. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna complete the 5 remaining cars and this piece of shit car, I mean, tomorrow. We will see. It all depends on this attempt. It also doesn't help that I think that because of the snow, the cars are even harder to drive than normal. So a car that like this one that is already shit at turning, it's even worse. I think, cause it feels like they are like more slippery. That was close. Yeah, I don't know. These two particular cars for two particular races for this car are just so hard for no reason. Another thing is that I could get a free boost, but it's very hard because, well, the coins are very close to the wall, so I didn't get it. Yeah, no. This race is so nasty. No. Alright. That means that I'm gonna complete this tomorrow. So these are the 2 races that both of them are just as hard. I don't know why there are so many people that clear it. Oh, well, it doesn't really mean that they clear it. It just means that they finished it. Alright. And then these 5 other cars. On the bright side, I think that all of these cars have good handling. So all of this should be very easy to beat. But this one will be a problem. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow because it's gonna be pretty late if I try to do it all today. But yeah, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream trying to finish this mode. So have a good one everyone, and take care.